Psionic Thread by Sam Fletcher, with music by Fog Machine, read by Jean-Paul Garnier.
Space Cowboy Books presents Simultaneous Times, a science and speculative fiction podcast. Short stories to stir the imagination by contemporary authors.
The agent knocked politely on the loft door.
"Come in,"
Mr. O'Kane said before clearing his throat. His voice was weak. He entered wearing a tailored black suit and no tie, taking special notice of the room, as most do who see it. Large canvases lined the walls. Brushes, half-squeezed tubes, rags, and other paint-stained odds littered the hardwood. To most, this was a place of legend.
"You must be Mr.
Mr. O'Kane's words trailed off in thought from the bed across. There were many names he couldn't recall these days. The agent didn't seem bothered. He walked over, set his large metallic case on the floor beside it, then leaned against the frame. "My friends call me Az." Mr. O'Kane coughed, slow, heaving ones that involved his entire upper body.
"Is that what we are?"
he asked. "I consider all who I meet in this way to be friends," Az said. He continued to look around the vibrant paintings. "This is quite the hospital room." Mr. O'Kane almost smiled.
"I'm too old for treatment," they told me. "If I'm going to be in a bed, in a room, I decided it should be like this one here."
He looked out the window as he spoke, high above the city, to the ocean. Az joined his gaze. "I take it you know why I'm here?" he asked. Mr. O'Kane nodded, meeting his eyes.
"To assess my memories."
"I want to make sure your transition is a peaceful one," Az said. "Do you have any questions for me?" Mr. O'Kane hardly paused to think.
"Less about my own memories and more about those who will live on,"
he said.
"Which of my works were most influential? How will I be remembered? What will stand out? My large-scale commissions? My abstract exhibits? My murals?"
The agent stayed locked into his eyes. "You seem to focus only on your work from ages 28 to 79. Why is that, sir?"
"What do you mean?"
"Even members of the bionic generation tend to desire revisiting their most prominent memories, as if forgetting theirs was the first to have their entire neural activity preserved from birth. Threads do more than eliminate brain injury and mental disorders."
"I'm not following."
"What I mean is, I'm beginning to have the rare opportunity to speak with my clients about their whole life, without the smallest of gaps. Would you like to see your entire oeuvre?" Mr. O'Kane didn't at first respond, just watched the agent unclip the hinges of his case and lift out 2 VR headsets from their foam holders. Az handed the old man his set, helped him fix on the sleek helmet. And the room went black. One by one, paintings ignited in light, hung on an invisible wall in this void. The gallery seemed to stretch on forever. Mr. O'Kane hobbled out of bed over to the square in front. An endless sea of clouds, white ribbon and rainbows, sunbeams fringing every line with gold. "What do you see?" Az's voice startled him here. The agent appeared with large, dark feathered wings protruding from the back of his suit.
"It's heaven,"
Mr. O'Kane said. He looked deep into the painting as if for the first time.
"I remember this one well. One of my first professional rated sales. A woman at the gallery told me she felt God in this piece. I won't accredit anything to this one, but it was a major shift for me. It was the start
His words choked.
of me discovering my muse.
Your muse?
I felt it too as I created it.
Said Mr. O'Kane.
God. I started chasing that feeling, my purpose. The more I painted, the thinner the wall became between me and the other side. From me to him.
Az followed Mr. O'Kane along the line of paintings. They passed abstract displays of color, detailed biblical scenes, vast landscapes blending spiritual perception and photographic precision.
Before that piece, I was starving for recognition. The more I painted, the closer I came to him, the fuller I felt. Pay and respect fell second now. The only thing left truly was...
Mr. O'Kane stopped at the illuminated piece, the tunnel to the other side. A bright beam at the end of a hallway. A centralized, divine figure in the middle of it. He had no face, no body, just a stature. Just a presence drowned in light.
God.
Why did you not show what he looks like? Az asked him. Mr. O'Kane turned to the agent.
God is a feeling as much as a being. If mystery fades, so does passion, right?
When Az didn't respond, Mr. O'Kane continued.
But these, my shifts of inspiration, from being hungry to when my pieces became recognized for shamanic qualities, to when I truly, undeniably found my muse. Which will live on the longest?
I cannot speak to any collective memory, Az said. But from my perception, those are not the influential shifts I would mark. Mr. O'Kane crinkled his thick brow. Az held up 2 fingers and touched the glowing squares in front of them. Then he swiped. In swift motion, the line of paintings scrolled past. When the blur settled, they were at the beginning, the first painting. It was white, with a simple gray line in the center.
What is this?
Mr. O'Kane asked him. Your first work of art, Mr. O'Kane, he said. A pencil dash on a scrap paper. There was a time before your hunger, you know. See, you didn't even bother to sign this one. The two walked along the line of paintings as Az continued. By age 3, you began to experiment with colors, your most common tool being the crayon. Age 4, you experimented then with canvas, skipping paper and easel and moving straight to drywall. This, of course, was wiped from history by your mother and never restored. They kept walking. Age 5, you gained the ability to color inside the lines. In this case, a coloring page from an Italian restaurant called Diana's.
Why are you showing me this?
Mr. O'Kane asked. To display your true eras, those not defined by attention, not by money, not by God.
What then?
Walking still. Before age 10, art and play for you were synonymous. Age 10, I would argue, started your first shift. This is when these doodles of yours decidedly bled into your identity. This was the first semblance of your commitment and passion to the form. It lasted through your teenage years until you studied art formally as an undergraduate. Here you became educated in ways different from high school pursuits. This, I would argue, was your second shift. Perhaps it is the one that you call your hungry years. Your next shift wouldn't come for years down the road, after you sold your first couple of pieces at a professional rate. This next shift, for me, embodies both of those that you call your shamanic and muse faces. I call it ego. In your 30s, painting was a competition. You were now a voice in a chorus of peers, destined to be heard, craving critiques. You had to be better, but more so, you had to be different. You found your lane, a spiritual purpose in your work. Finally, with this phase, you found peace. But you must understand, Mr. O'Kane. God didn't give this to you. It was there in the beginning, on printed paper, on the drywall by your childhood staircase, on the coloring page at Deanna's. It was within you. Nearing the end of the line, Mr. O'Kane paused before a brilliant square.
I've never seen it like this before.
Ah, yes. Your most prominent international work. The Vault of Marseille Notre Ange. It brought many who stood before it to tears.
My magnum opus,
said Mr. O'Kane.
The one that could make atheists believe.
It was nothing, as said. Based on my analysis of your trajectory, your likelihood of such opportunities paired with your evolving interest in style, you would have had more prominent and respected work within 3 years if the tumor hadn't formed in your lungs. Mr. O'Kane's pupils fell to the floor and swayed left and right.
What are you saying?
He asked.
That my work has no divinity at all? No essence? It would just keep changing forever?
From what our studies tell us, each and every experience changes the consciousness and personality of the experiencer by varying degrees. Thus, if we were not interrupted by death, if we lived long enough, our personalities would eventually become so estranged from our initial consciousness that we would be fully unrecognizable.
Then what was telling me to paint all those years? What was it pulling me closer and closer in?
Do you remember the story of Moses and the burning bush?
Of course,
said Mr. O'Kane.
Exodus 3:13. God told Moses to lead the Israelites out of Egypt.
Yes. Well, Moses asked God what name to tell the Israeli children of who sent him, and God responds, I am that I am. Moses is to tell the children that I sent me unto you. Mr. O'Kane's face fell as he considered these words. If my tenure at Psionic Thread has taught me anything, it's that the only thing that we can know exist for certain is our minds. Everything else, as gestured to their virtual surroundings, can be fabricated. That means Descartes, and all those centuries ago, in saying, I think therefore I am, was right. And doesn't that sound remarkably similar to the words of your muse? Mr. O'Kane thought about this for a while, as broke the silence. Only 2 things are self-proving, Mr. O'Kane, God's and minds. And no one challenges the existence of the mind. The old man finally looked up again.
God is reference to self? Self is some ever-changing glob of nothing? You mean to tell me that there is no soul?
Az took a step back from the man and pulled all the glowing paintings together. They mixed and expanded, growing brighter and brighter. Then he spoke. There was no soul, Mr. O'Kane, but there is now, through preserved consciousness. Mr. O'Kane's life's work swirled in front of them into a massive ball of light. No, an entryway. In the center, a figure formed. He had no face, no body, just stature, just a presence drowned in light. Would you like to meet yours? It was blinding. Mr. O'Kane squinting until it stung, then ripped his headset off and threw it on the hardwood. Breath heavy, he looked again at the dim sunlight filtering into the loft. He looked again at the ocean.
No,
he said.
I wouldn't.
Theme music by Dane Luscombe. come visit us at our bookstore in Joshua Tree or online at spacecowboybooks.com. Don't forget to subscribe and visit us on Instagram and Twitter. We'd love to know what you think of the show.